Why be easy when you can just die?
I'm Chewy Mew, welcome to my channel, more specifically welcome to another Chewy Mew video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 most expensive figures in my collection. So yes guys, I finally reached the point where I think, I'm going to do a top 10 because maybe people like top 10s. Let me know if you like top 10s. If you want to see me do more stuff like this, be sure to subscribe as well. There's a group of figures that I bought. I bought them all individually, and if I were to stick to just those figures, they would cover the entire list, which one of them is near the end. There would basically be no Marvel Legends on here. I've gotten pretty lucky on with getting figures, like buying them on eBay and thrift shops and stuff. For example, my first ever Spider-Man figure, this guy, brand new in stores, cost I think like $6. A lot of these I also got at yard sales. Like I got him at a yard sale with his glider. Some figures were just really, really cheap. And I just got generally pretty lucky. For example, you can see Hobgoblin over there. That guy, people usually sell him for between $40 and $60 on eBay. I got him for $15 with his glider and his bag and everything with him. This guy, I managed to finally get him on eBay for $15. Number 10 is the Toy Biz Series 1 Spider-Man Classics figure here. $21.85. I paid about triple as much as that one did, and it's used. But I mean, I think this is a very cool figure. It's that kind of shows you how cheap some of the figures on here are going to be, because if $22 starts out at top 10, it's not that expensive. But let me tell you, it's going to ramp up very quickly. Go on eBay for $40. There's been some stupid people selling for $100. No one's going to buy that. A couple months, just stalking this figure, looking around on eBay until I eventually found it really cheap. A lot of these figures, that's what I did. It's I really want this figure. I'm going to wait. Sometimes it even takes 6 months before you find the figure at a good price. But number 9 cost $22.32. And that is the not Spider-Man Classics, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 1 Captain America here. Yeah, so again, people might think that seems like a pretty good price for this guy, and you even get his little backdrop. He does have the flag too, but I just chucked it in a box. Again, like I did before, I did spend a couple... Like I said with Spider-Man, I did spend a couple weeks, if not maybe a month, trying to find this guy at a good price. People typically sell this figure, even without his shield, for $30. If you want to get this guy with all this stuff, you're looking around $40. Pretty cool character here. Toss that guy aside there. Again, like I said, not too expensive. We went up by about $1. Hasbro New Goblin, or everyone just calls him Harry. And this is Harry right here, getting getting 8th place. Got him on eBay for $23, my bad. And so I also got this guy using the same Christmas money as I did to get the Spider-Man over there as well. Also, there's going to be a couple more figures on this list that came from that same Christmas money. So Christmas money just boosted my collection and fed my addiction of getting Spider-Man figures, or in general, as you guys will see later on. And spoilers, I got it without the sword and without the glider. This is a custom glider made out of a piece of cardboard and a bunch of dried paint pieces. So, this figure here, this guy, like I said, $23. I did have one of these as a kid. My dog destroyed it, which, rest in peace, Trace. He passed away, not because killing this figure, he passed away a couple years after this. He destroyed Harry in maybe 2009. And then I got this guy again in, I think it was 2021? 2020, I don't know. It was sometime around, sometime after Christmas. People sell this guy again online without his sword and without his glider for around $30 or $40. I managed to get this guy without his sword and without his glider for, like I said, $23. And I did buy one of these when it came out originally in 2007 for about I think these are $7 or $8. And I think it's decent. The only thing I'm missing, obviously, was the glider and the sword. And he had this little clip on his back that you could holster his sword onto the back. But the thing is, I don't know why they didn't make it make it part of his costume, make it a piece sticking out. I guess it would have been too much work or something, I don't know. Because then that way you lose the piece, which that kind of sucks. The original one, unfortunately, he got destroyed, and basically all that survived was this. This is pretty much all that was left of the figure. What you don't see covered with my hands is what was left. Half of his face, basically his upper torso, and then one arm. Getting number 8 place, costing $23. The Miles Morales a Gamerverse figure from the Armadillo wave. But yeah, so here is Miles Morales here without his mask. And yes, it's pronounced Morales because it's Spanish. It's not Morales. So online, they do some for around $30-something. I did manage to find him at Walmart for $27 with tax. Hasbro, they've been talking crap for a while. And unfortunately, the crap has hit the fan. Because Hasbro now sells these figures for $25. I did also get the Shriek from the same wave for $20, so they already raised the price. And I don't think this is worth. I don't think this is worth 20. I don't even think this is worth $20. It did come with a bunch of hands and obviously the masked head. Pretty much just hands and a different head, which it's cool, but I feel like that's drastically overpriced for this. Like honestly, to me, this should be like, you know, like maybe $15 like maximum. And that is the Toy Biz, the Amazing Spider-Man wave, actually, $32.99. A Toxin. Got this guy used on eBay using some Christmas money that I also used to spend on good old Series 1 Spider-Man. But I think his figure is, again, pretty cool. Very, very good, you know, simple paint apps, but great sculpt and craziness and stuff. I just wish he was bigger. I basically camped out on eBay for this guy for a couple months, actually. Long before I even had that money, I've been looking for this figure, always trying to buy it. People always sold it like in the 60s, or one person sold it for like 15 but the arm was broken. I was like, I don't want to buy a broken one. But eventually I managed to get this guy pretty cheap for this guy. So in the end, I think I think it was pretty good for him. The next figure we get caused me some severe pain. This is a custom, but just kind of keep this in mind. This is my custom Shriek Symbiote that I bought a Spider-Girl figure, but that figure cost I think like $17. I bought that figure to make an Agony custom, but I think the stupid seller, I think they tried scamming me or something. Her wrists were broken, so when I moved them, they broke. The ankle was broken. It's like, I feel like the seller broke the joints and super glued them back together, so when I opened it, they would break. I got into a dispute with them, blah, 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 long story, and eventually I got like half my money back. And also, this also was a combination of her and Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen cost me like $27-ish and fashion the two figures together, sort of a MacGyver scenario to basically make this custom. And that would bring the total to $35-ish. So we're looking in the 30s now. Again, it is kind of weird, but this custom basically cost me like over $30 to make. And that is with this is the Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics, I think Series 2, I want to say. I don't remember what series this is. This guy, again, cost me $42.34. Really phenomenal figure. Another one that I've wanted for well over 10 years. You know, my friend had one of these as a kid. One time he let me borrow it, and I played the crap out of it. I didn't damage it or anything, but I just came up with some pretty wild stories as a kid. Keep in mind, I was like maybe 9 or 10. This guy, he did mix around with some Spider-Man 3 figures too, or Spider-Man 3 figures as well. But yeah, this guy is, again, a pretty cool figure here. Pretty enormous. One of the biggest figure I've taken a look at so far. Look at that, bigger than Spider-Man there. Pretty good. Monstrosus. Peter Parker basically turned himself into a spider trying to cure himself of spider powers. And made it worse, as mad scientists in comic books tend to do. I think this is a pretty awesome looking figure. Of course, very lackluster articulation here, but I don't really expect this kind of statue-esque creature to be superposable. Because when Toy Biz made this, they were still kind of making like limited posability figures while also making superposable Spider-Man, where they're basically, you know, releasing something cool display piece, but also awesome superposable toys, which eventually led to getting superposable creatures like you know, Hobgoblin, like I showed earlier, or you know, another example being Onslaught Green Goblin here, superposable, but Toy Biz had to start out with baby steps, making not very posable figures like this guy here. So yeah, it cost about $42. Like yeah, $42 for this guy. We're getting a little pricey up there, but we're still not getting super expensive yet, you know? Do an honorable mention. There were some figures that were expensive that that aren't going to be on the list because they're part of like a set of whatever, And those figures include the Spider-Man Classic Series 1 black-suited Spider-Man figure, the Series 2 Battle Ravaged Spider-Man, and the Series 2 First Appearance Spider-Man. They call him Classic Spider-Man, but it's First Appearance Spider-Man. Basically the same thing. And these 3 figures, I got them all at thrift stores, brand new in the box, which I might be able to show you here. Here are the boxes there. Here's the sticker too, honorable mention, because it cost me $80 to get these 3 all together. That's why I'm not including them, because they all came together. I got them at a thrift store, all 3 of these guys. Well, this is an honorable mention. It was $80, but I did get 3 figures, or like 26. I don't know. It's about $26 per figure, which, again, each individual figure would only get like they would only get like 7th place, but then I'd be putting these 3 figures. You know, you see what I mean? These 3 guys, since they're all basically would be the same price that I paid, they would all kind of just, they would just take up space, you know? Toy Biz, Marvel Legends, Fearsome Foes, Rhino. You might be thinking, man, how much expensive is this going to be? The last one was like $30. How much is this one? Well, this figure cost $44.58 to buy. Free shipping as well, and got it on eBay. This guy came from a box set, and the same box set cost 50 bucks. So think about that. I spent almost as much as the box that was sold in stores on one figure. It doesn't even come with a display stand, which it was basically it's like a circular base with a JPEG of Rhino on it. JPEG is a file format of pictures, if you didn't know. But yeah, so this figure was yeah, we're getting up there in price, and this is second place, or this is third place. You might be thinking, dude, are all these going to be cheap? Spoilers? I don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. And I think it's a really, really good figure. I think this is the definitive Rhino figure. I feel like the only thing that could compare to this is maybe, what's that called? The Hasbro Build-A-Figure. But again, that's a Build-A-Figure, and if you wanted to build a figure, you're going to be paying a lot more than like 40 bucks to build the guy. So again, this is under the honorable mentions. This is the history of TMNT featuring Leonardo, or starring Leonardo. In this, you get 8 different Ninja Turtles characters, including my favorite, the 2003 cartoon versions, the ones from the movies, the original cartoon, the original comic book design where Leonardo had a red bandana. All the turtles had a red bandana. And then you get the at the time was one of the newest ones, which was the Nickelodeon relaunch. And then you have the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle Leonardo. So this one I think cost like 80 bucks. I think it was like 80 bucks or 70. Either way, it would take that place. But again, you're getting 8 figures. It's not like I'm paying like 80 for one toy. So if it was 80, you divide this by 8 because each figure is their own. That that would end up costing you about 10 bucks a piece. So I'm not counting that because it's like a set. And so this figure is not a Marvel Legends, not a Marvel character at all. It is instead the SH Figuarts Tamashii Nations 2014 edition, original animation colors, Sailor Moon. So yep, this is the box that it comes in. She's not actually in here, she's actually on display. Sailor Moon original animation colors. And so there's going to be 3 thoughts you guys are going to think now that I've showed this. You're either going to think one of them was, oh, you're into Sailor Moon? The second one is, oh, you're a weeb. And the third one is something
homophobic, so don't say it.
This cost $110 with free shipping. I actually had it imported from Japan. And I love Sailor Moon. I got into it as a little kid. And I originally, if I'm going to admit, the reason I got into it because I thought the girls were cute. It was like, oh, they look cute, little anime characters. Which at the time I didn't even know what anime was. I thought it was just like a cartoon. But yes, so this figure, out of all these figures, comes with the most accessories. Pop it out here. You get a crap ton of interchangeable heads. You get her wands, accessories, her cat, bunch of interchangeable hands. Here's the figure. So this is Sailor Moon. It would be in scale to the Marvel Legends here. It's like more delicate, more fragile, because of like how tiny the joints are. I do think the articulation is pretty good here. Like, it has a single joint elbow that's basically on par with like a Hasbro double jointed elbow. But I got in this I got her in this nice little cute pose here with great articulation here, a bunch of interchangeable hands. Comes with her little tiara thing and her 2 wands, one with the crystal, one without it. If you don't know anything about Sailor Moon, you have no idea what I'm talking about here, but whatever. Yes, this cost $110, and this is the second place. Now let's go on to the final honorable mention before we go ahead and take a look at the finale. I almost said the name of the character. So, remember how earlier I said I wasn't going to be including the SH Figuarts figures, which are all Sailor Moon. Every single spot on the list would be Sailor Moon figures. Basically, it would basically be me listing the characters. And, obviously, that's not fun. So this is why it's another honorable mention. It's kind of more me saying, hey, look, I spent a lot of money here. And that is because they have like their main forms, like the one I showed you, that's her main form. But they released them again in their super forms, which is basically like them in like upgraded forms. And so I got the other 4 main girls. I do have Sailor Moon too, but she wasn't part of this. And I got these 4 figures together: Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. They 4 came together. And again, I'm not including these because all these figures would basically be on the list. But so these figures, all of them cost $240. It was a bundle thing that if you bought them at Big Bad Toy Store, you could get all of these together. Because originally they released Mercury in stores, and then they released Mars, and then figured out, oh hey, they're selling these too, but they were $80, and I was like, I don't want to buy that much. And then they released 2 more, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna buy it now. So I did save some money, but I do want all of them. Typically I have them displayed like this because I have the boxes in there. They're actually also on display too. I put the main forms of them away. So yeah, this is kind of another what's it called? Honorable mention because they're yeah, because they're also not Spider-Man themed. In first place, if you guys have watched my videos before, you guys will know I did a 250 subscriber special in which I reviewed the Toy Biz. You guys guessed it. That is the Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics Snapshot Spider-Man, coming in at $230. And woo, yeah, here we go. $230 on one toy. At least with the Sailor Moon figures, it was 4. But again, not part of the list. Yeah, it is a lot, $230. But in my defense, a big old butt right here. It was $230, but it came from Canada. So the shipping was $30, and it was mint in the box too. So the shipping was $30. So this is the most expensive figure in my collection, and I decided this was for kind of the longest time a Grail figure. This was the kind of figure that I was thinking I'm never gonna get it because it's too expensive, and is it worth it? And I wouldn't recommend to you, unless you're like really rich and you don't have anything better to do with your money, to just don't buy it. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot, dude. Get this little camera gimmick. You get this little newspaper gimmick, which as a kid these things would be fun like crazy. You get this awesome diorama looking piece with a flight stand on it, which you know, it's really cool, pretty awesome, but it's not. I don't think it's worth it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes me seem like a dingus for buying this, but I'm okay with it. I'm proud of this, that I have this figure that, I don't know, to me it was awesome. The joy that I had opening the box, I was like, man, this is so awesome to have this figure that, but yes, 2 of my favorite characters are also 2 of the most expensive in my collection. But yes, so yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to let me know. Subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Let me know if you want to see me review Sailor Moon figures. And so yeah, that's over this video. I will see you guys in the next review. This is too much money spent. We can't afford to do WoW anymore. Bye, guys.